Good morning, everyone. All right, so today's is probably not going to be as long as usual. I just got to make sure they have some things set up for this afternoon. So this afternoon, at 2:30 Mountain Standard Time, Raw Recovery is going live. I'm going to pick a topic. We're going to bring some people into the room, bring some people on live. Hoping it works. It's probably going to be Jill and I. I don't know. Nobody's asked for the link yet, so ask for the link so you can be in part of it. It's kind of like what I'm doing now, except that we'll all be on it. We'll be able to discuss a topic, things like that. So, I wanted to talk about drunk dreams a little bit. Man, I've been having a lot of them, like all week. All right. There's nothing really going on, right? I don't know if maybe that's the problem. So when it comes to drunk dreams, guys, it usually doesn't mean much. It usually does not mean that you want to drink. Okay. When I woke up, thankfully I've been in the program long enough to realize that when I wake up, I have not been drinking, and it's happened enough. But for me, honestly, it's just freaking annoying. God, it's like, how much do I need to do for my brain to shut the up, man? It is. Even in my dreams, I'm like, no, I'm coming up on 5 years. I'm not even drunk. And I have like a bottle in my hand in an AA group and stuff. It's horrible, horrible stuff that our brains like to do, and I'm still not quite out of it. So maybe that's kind of why I'm not quite awake yet. So, but yeah, you guys, drunk dreams do not mean anything more than what they actually are, which means that there's something usually going on, right? So if I'm having this, maybe there is something going on. I don't know what in the heck it would be, because I don't know. I have all my bases covered. So what do we do at that point? Now I'm kind of stuck. Now I'm like, well, where's this coming from? Do I need to accept it? Or am I missing something? So when I have a chance today, this afternoon, probably going to do a little review of my life, do some checks and balances. Maybe there's something that is bothering me and I don't even know it. I don't know. When I ask my gut, I'm not getting anything. So it's confusing me. Right? Maybe it's just my brain looking for an outlet. I don't know. Because I certainly don't want to drink. The thought of drinking actually makes me ill. I don't like the taste. I never liked the taste of alcohol. Never. Not true. Not true. Stella. But we're not even going to go there. Sorry, guys. What's with me today? All right. I'm done with that. All right. I no longer argue with people who believe let's do the right day. I'm sorry. I will be more awake at 2:30, I promise. I've come to measure my success in a whole new way. My success isn't limited by my social or economic benchmarks, or social standing. And this is more true today than when this came out, because ODAT came out in like the 80s, I believe. Okay. Facebook and everything else wasn't around yet. All right. So they already know. Social status on your Facebook. Are you on, I do that a lot. I have to check my stats. I have to look at things, when's the best time to go on, blah, blah, blah. You need to know those things. And I have worried, it's like even today, it's like, is there going to be enough people that are going to show up for that? But really what it comes down to is if one person shows up, then I'm a success, right? So I need one person. Success is mine today, no matter what the undertaking. When I tap in the power of God within me, allow myself to be an open channel for the expression of His good. So when we take on the understanding that, hey, you know, what's a good way to put it? Yesterday we were talking about fear. And of course, a lot of people talked about the fear of when they were coming in, right? And my fear wasn't that I was going to go out and drink again. My fear wasn't this. My fear was that I would continue abusing the people around me, my wife and my children. And I had a fear that I would never become the person that I was supposed to be, and that nobody would ever be proud of me. That being my mother, who's proud of me today. Okay. But that wasn't, none of that stuff was conditional. I made all of that stuff conditional. And that was very unfair to myself. Nobody else in my family was making conditions on that. I remember. Spirit of success works through me as increased vision and understanding, as creative ideas and useful service, as efficient use of my time and energy. Yes, using your time and energy correctly. That's a big one. I only have a limited amount of time each day before I'm just wore out. Yesterday, I talked to my daughter at 2:00. I was beat. I couldn't even have the conversation. I was so tired. So I really have to be attentive on what I do with my time and my energy. Because if I take that energy and I put it towards something negative for the day, it's going to eat up a lot of it for the day. And I'm just not willing to do that anymore. I'm not willing to give that up. So efficient use of my time and energy and cooperative effort with others. While I try to keep my mind centered in the realization that within me is God's implanted power to succeed. Right? What do you consider success, though? That's really going to be your question. How are you going to gauge your own success? Well, you don't want to gauge it off other people. That's silly. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. That's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. So I would say that the best way to gauge something like that would be your own life and what's going on. Is today better than yesterday? Am I different from yesterday? Am I doing things different from 30 days ago, from 2 weeks ago? Yes, you are. That's how you can gauge your success and recovery. Okay? This is about progress, not perfection. It's always about progress. We don't reach perfection. We're human. That doesn't happen. There is no perfect human. They do not exist. May develop a new concept of success based on measurements of good qualities which come from God's treasure-filled bank of goods. To draw from that bank, all I have to do is look within myself. And I would tell you that's hard to do. Okay? You thought taking your inventory of all the bad things was hard. Wait till you have to start telling yourself that you're great. For me, it was a little bit harder. Not everybody goes through that. It was easier for me to do my 4-step than this part right here. But I'm sick in the head. I love the 4-step. Why? Because I get to talk about me. I don't care if it's the selfish part of me. That doesn't change anything. What I thought was so cool about the 4th and 5th step was this. Okay. It showed me a bunch of things that I could change. I have control over that stuff. Okay. Well, I can handle that. Good. I have some direction. I need direction. Okay. There's some people that don't like AA because of the structure. I like AA because of the structure. Sometimes a little too unstructured gets me a little antsy, man. It does. You're not following the rules. You're not, for me, it's a little tougher to do. I do hit those meetings so that I can get out of myself and understand that life doesn't need to be that way, Tion, right? That people can crosstalk and other people can do certain things. Right? I grew up in old AA. We didn't have these other groups around. Okay. Not that I didn't, I used to start, what I did is I didn't, what you don't do is bitch at your meeting about what's going on with the meeting. If you don't like what's going on, then start your own meeting. Okay. It takes two alcoholics and God. That's it. That's all you need to have a meeting. Okay. That's how we used to have our meetings because we weren't big enough yet. May know that God's riches are the only kind that are fully insurable because they are infinite. May I look in God's bank for my security. Today I'll remember spiritual success is my security. Yep. So what does that tell me? Well, we need to take a look at ourselves, an honest look. Okay. We don't need to be honest with anybody else. God already knows the truth. You don't need to worry about him. All right. It's impossible to lie to God. It is for me anyway. Whether I'm actually feeling that or not, for me, it's just, he knows already. So I don't need to do any of that. The other thing that I do is every now and then, God will give me little gifts, and it's okay to pat yourself on the back. Let's do it right now. Good job. You don't need to break your arm doing it. Just a couple seconds. Good job. Move on with your day. Okay. You're allowed to do that. I don't know whoever told you not to do that. Probably has very low self-esteem, because people with high self-esteem actually they don't think that they're better than, they just think better of. Okay. Does that make sense? They think better of themselves, not better than other people. That's the difference. Right? I'm just as close to another drink as anybody else out there. Anybody. Right? One little thing. We all know that. So that's why we keep a spit spiritual condition. There's the dyslexia now. Fit spiritual condition. All right. I'm going to go drink more coffee. Maybe attend an AA meeting. And I will see you guys at 2:30. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. Peace out and have a day. Bye.